I always have a place to land. You know, so I've always got a place to land. So if the engine went out here, I can land anywhere out on that right side.
Yeah.
Otherwise, if I went down there and something happened, it'd be a little risky. So I'm going to just come around this edge here, and then we'll land, and then we'll go down that way, and we'll just follow that trail a little bit.
All right. Yeah, I'm enjoying the ride. This really just makes me want to go out and get one more. So I don't know about the helicopter version though. I kind of like the idea of this or the parachute. The helicopter, if it goes out, you just kind of SOL.
Yeah.
But I like the idea of the pontoons on the little experimental one. Just you fly it out there, you drop it on the lake, you get your fishing pole out. You know what I mean?
They've got trikes that have pontoons on it, and they also have wheels on them. So you can just reach down and pull it, and the wheels come down, and you can just drive it off the ramp.
Oh, nice.
Drive it up into the back of your trailer.
Yeah, that'd be a lot of fun. And we do a lot of traveling, so I imagine, like you say, mentioned the trailer, you could easily trailer one of these if we're out traveling. And, yeah.
My wife and I travel. We like to fly. You know, we go to places, and I throw this on the back of my trailer, and we go places where we can't, you know, we're like this, you know, nobody can see this. I mean, only flyer people above the ground can see this.
Right.
This scenery out here, and it's absolutely amazing how pretty this is out here. But you couldn't see it if you were on that road down there. You know,
it is really pretty. It's so different for us too, because we're Missouri, so you know it's nothing but really dense forest out there, and yeah, lots and lots of vegetation. This is a totally different environment. It's great though. I've always liked the desert. This is my wife's first time coming out this way. She's flown to Phoenix and just, you know, done the airport, but you can't really see it at 30,000, you know. So, yeah, I was happy to drive it so she could get a better feel for what it really is like out here.
Yeah. Let me tell you a little bit about how this flies, the aerodynamics of it, okay? If you look up there, we're on a pendulum.
Yeah.
We're not attached other than on this hang point that's up top of there.
Right.
And this is called a weight shift control aircraft, which means that when we lean, when our pendulum moves one way or the other, the weight of it shifts the wing, and we steer by that. So for example here, I'm going to turn the wing, I'm going to go to my left, okay? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to push out a little bit on the right-hand side, and that wing's going to turn, okay, to the left. So, getting a little bit of bumps there. But see, I push that out a little bit, and it goes. I come back the other way, and it goes.
Yeah.
So it's really, you know, it's like driving, holding your hand on the bottom of the steering wheel.
Yeah.
And you turn this way, the wheels go, or we go that way. Opposite, we go that way. That's that's how we steer.
Nice.
So let me tell you about something else too that's pretty cool. See this road right here in front of us? That road starts there and ends there. We for years have tried to figure out what the heck is that there for, and that road is pristine.
It is. I'm looking at it going, it looks like it could be paved. It's gravel, you can tell now, but a little farther back it looked like it could have been a paved road. That's really weird.
So what we do is we leave the airport and we'll come out here on a Saturday night or a Friday night, land on that road, and we'll camp out right here.
Oh, nice.
And drink beer, you know, and tell lies and, you know, all guy stuff, you know.
The fish was this big.
Yeah. So we'll do that, you know, and that's the neat thing about these trikes is you can do that, you know.
Yeah, you're not limited to an actual airport.
Right. So
outside of an Alaskan bush plane, you're pretty much.
Yeah. Now, show you another thing. If you look out over the horizon, picture where we're at on here. So find wherever that's at for you. And this is how we climb. Most airplanes you push out or you pull in, right? Watch what happens when this is how we climb in this aircraft. Now keep the bar just the way it is. Watch the nose come up.
Oh yeah.
See, we're climbing now, and that's what it does. And then we let off on it.
And we drop.
And we drop.
Cool.
And then you just balance it with, you know, with just speed,
Yeah.
you know, more motor, and then just use the wing to keep it level and adjust for the bumps.
Cool. Yeah, I'm totally digging this. Definitely got to get me one. What did yours run you? The ones that I'm seeing online are like somewhere between. I've seen used ones for 2 and 3, and all the way up to 10 and 15,000.
Well, this one here is totally different than anything else.
Yeah.
Okay, this one here is about 50,000.
Oh wow.
But it allows me to make an income with it, you know, so it's a little more expensive. You
Right.
know what I mean? So, but I've got I've got one in my hangar right now that I'm selling. It's got the fairing around it and stuff.
Yeah.
That's 14,000.
Okay, so yeah, kind of in that range. I
Yeah.
was thinking. Yeah. So.
You know, it's a nice two-seater, and the engine's got good time on it. And it's all been checked out, so it's pretty cool. But
That is cool.
you can get cheaper ones, you know, that are more used and a little more beat up or whatever for less than that.
What are those things too? Like the, I've seen quite a few of those. They look like little C's in the dirt down there. They got nice little grass patches in the middle of them. Like
That's just where the water accumulates when it rains.
Oh, okay, because it looks like a big berm, like
Yeah.
a man-made berm or something. But
Over on the side there, that's a road.
Oh, okay.
Or you know what? That is a berm. That's what keeps that water in that. That's what it is.
Oh, okay.
It helps keep that water in that area that's dark.
Yeah.
That's what that's for.
Cool.
This below us here is called the Rio Puerco Valley.
Oh, cool.
And this river, which is not much of a river, it only gets water in it when it gets a ton of rain up north, about 60 miles from here.
Oh, wow.
And we've had quite a bit of rain. So when it rains, then we get this, which is highly unusual.
That's pretty neat.
Now let me tell you something. If you look straight ahead, way out there, you'll see like a little volcano-looking thing, you know, that's sort of this close to where the brown spots are on the ground, all the way in the horizon. You see it sort of pointed? All right, look to the right of that, out farther. That's called Cabazon Peak.
Oh.
And that's about 40 miles from here.
Oh, wow.
Now, see those white things out there on those white lines?
So windmills?
Windmills, yeah. That's about 60 miles from here.
Oh, wow. You got some serious visibility up
Yeah.
here.
Now, if we go up higher, we can see farther.
Yeah, you know, I don't care to go higher. That's weird. I'm actually liking being able to count the trees and see the river. And
this is a good height.
It is. You can really you can tell you're up in the air, but you're not so far from the ground you can't really make it out, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, because to me that's the different part is just the scenery. It's so different, like I say, from home. It's, you know, it's pretty. We're going to be going up towards Vegas through Arizona, and that desert's pretty. It's not as pretty, I don't think.
Well, there's the Painted Desert out that way. That's real pretty.
Yeah.
You know, when I think of desert, I don't think of this kind of view. Do you?
No, no.
I was thinking of sand.
Right, sand dunes everywhere and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. You know, I've been from Flagstaff, Arizona, driving into Phoenix, and that's a real pretty desert going through there with all the little, I always call them outlaw cactuses, but it's pretty, a lot of color.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, this is cool. Be a good place to go hiking too. I bet that'd be a fun thing with this also. Just land it, get your backpack on, and
I had this lady, cute little lady.
Yeah.
She loves to hike, and she took a ride with me a couple of weeks ago. We came back and she bought another ride right away.
That's cool.
Put it out, you know. I want to be in October. We were talking, and she says that she wondered, could I bring her out here and come back and pick her up? You know? And I thought, you know, what a neat idea. You know, you get out in the middle of nowhere where nobody's around and hike and see some unbelievable beauty, and then, you know, get in the plane, come back, land, get in the plane, and go home.
Yeah.
where you couldn't do that if you were on a bicycle or on a, you can get, I can get to places that a truck or car can't get to.
Yeah, and if you were able to get out here via truck, I mean, the amount of time it would take versus you just, I mean, what have we been in the air for, 15, 20 minutes, something like that? So, yeah, I mean, you just can't beat that type of immediate access. Yeah, that's great. That's weird how the rock really changes color down there too, isn't it? I thought it looked snowy almost.
I took a guy yesterday that was from, I think he said he was from Seattle area. And we were out here, and he made a comment. He said, this is so beautiful. Most people will never see it. And probably in 50 years, there'll be homes and stuff out here.
Yeah.
And all this.
Morning, Double Eagle Tower, November 8966 X-ray, 8 miles south of the freeway, inbound for Double Eagle with information November.
November 66 X-ray, Double Eagle Tower, seat type, aircraft?
I'm a Cessna 182, slant uniform, 66 X-ray.
So 66 X-ray, roger. South end ray, left downwind, runway 2.
So, and just then you realize, how true that is.
Yeah.
It's sort of sad that, the beauty here. You wonder what it was like, 100 years ago, or 200 years ago. This property out, this out here is part of the reservation. I think on the left side or on the west side of this river is reservation land. And I think on the right side or on the east side of it is BLM land. So hopefully BLM will keep it pristine.
Yeah.
And the reservation's not going to do anything with it, so
right.
It should be out here unless they sell it or whatever. Look at this stuff on the right-hand side.
Cool. It's just neat how the earth is just cut out, like,
Look at this thing below us here. What the heck is that,
Yeah.
Right in the middle of nothing is a big mound.
Mound of giant rocks.
Yeah.
What the heck? Yeah, that's what makes it neat out here, I think, is all the just randomness to it.
It really is.
Yeah, it makes you wonder when you're talking about the time frame on things as far as what it'll look like at different times. I always like to think about the Wild West, when people were crossing this country in covered wagons and crap, and what that must have been like getting from coast to coast.
Have you ever heard of this thing called Pimlican? You ever heard of that?
Pimlican, no?
I hope I'm saying it right, but I was watching something on TV the other day or on YouTube, and they were talking about this stuff that's called Pimlican. And what it is it's a food that the settlers used to make. And it's got all the nutrients that you need, and what they do, they cook it a special way, and then they just put it in bags, or not bags back then, but they use cloth or whatever, and they carry that. That's what sustained them when they would go through, when they couldn't get game, while they were going across country, and they make this pimlican, and what it does is it's like powdered meat. They chop up the meat and then they powder it, or dehydrate it, and then they mix it with blueberries and stuff like that, and it's just amazing. They take a bite or two of it, and it would be the equal nutrients for them to fly. For them to drive. To travel all day long.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, doing like you say, I'm not really a survivalist kind of person, but I like to read up and.
Yeah.
Well, you never know, kind of.
Yes.
Thing.
Exactly.
So, anyways, I like the old Roman. Like, how did they do all the stuff they did? The hot bathhouses and all that. How did they create that kind of thing? And then the food stuff, like you're talking, same kind of thing. Even just before electricity and all that, how did they store meat? How did they store perishable items to keep them? Because surely they didn't have everything readily available for them all the time. they had to have some way of preserving things.
Right.
And, so I don't know, it just makes you wonder. We're so babied nowadays.
Look at this thing over here. Right out in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, it's a little mesa-looking thing just popped up.
These are volcanoes down here on the old volcanoes here.
Oh, neat.
You can see that they're sort of lava, and the other ones aren't really like that, you know?
Yeah, different color to them altogether. You don't think of them as being that small.
I know. That's where they get the lava rocks, you know, for grills and stuff off of these kind of things.
That's neat. Yeah, on I-40, isn't there a whole bunch of lava fields somewhere?
When you're going to Vegas, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're going to hit in Grants where those windmills are. You're going to go right through the interstate, goes right through the lava fields.
Cool.
That's pretty cool. I mean, you're out there and there's all this black stuff, and they carved the road through it.
Yeah, that's neat. It almost looks fake.
I know. When I first came out here, not flying, but when I first came out west, I was born, well, not born, I was Army brat.
Yeah?
And when I came out west, this stuff reminded me of elephant skin.
Yeah, it does kind of, doesn't it?
You're going to see some gray stuff while you're going through Gallup and that looks like elephant skin. You know, that's just, and it's gray color and it's smooth and pretty amazing.
It's cool. Yeah, there's another little like access road or something, or it goes on forever that way.
This thing?
Yeah.
That's a fence.
Oh, it's a fence. Okay,
No,
gotcha.
no, it is an access road. Yeah.
Huh. Just kind of takes off, doesn't it? Just,
Look at this house out here. Or this buildings out here. See them ahead of us to the right?
Yeah.
How'd you like to live out here at night? You see this stuff at night?
Oh yeah, you know, we were on top of that Sandia Peak, seeing that little house up there.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God.